Hi, I'm Candace with Slusher Consulting, and today I want to talk to you about one of the questions that I see pop up the most frequently in these Facebook groups and that I actually get asked all the time by my clients. How do I get private pay clients? How do I go out there and sell my services to the community and to professionals? And so I have some answers for that today that I hope are going to be helpful for you. My first response is always, there's nobody better but you to sell the services of your agency, okay? You know why you started this business, your why, your mission, your purpose, and your vision. And there's nobody better than you to be able to relay that out into the community, especially when you're getting started. Your mission statement should be true to yourself and your agency, and your strengths are going to be your own, right? Because your staff are an extension of you. So, I always want to say, all you have to do is tell the truth. You just go out there and talk to people about what it is that you do and what it is you're going to be able to do for them, and mean it. Mean what you say. That's not so hard, right? To be impeccable with your word. So you simply say, you will be the one to consult with anyone that they refer to you. You will do the assessment and help them to create a viable plan that's going to allow that person to stay home and stay safe as long as possible. You will ensure that the right caregivers are on the job and in their home and taking care of them. And you will resolve any problems as they come along, right? Isn't that what you're going to do? So all you have to do is tell the truth. You can sell yourself. That's all you got to do. You sold yourself when you applied for your last job, and now that you're working for yourself, you just have to do that over and over again and mean what you say. So I hope that that is helpful. The next thing I want to talk about is creating competitive advantages. And what that means is what sets you apart from everyone else in your community, in your market that's doing what you do. I know I've been asked, and the last thing you want is to be a deer in headlights when this comes up, but when somebody asks, well, why should I choose your agency over everybody else? Don't you all do the same thing? You need to have answers, and you need to have them at the ready, okay? So my recommendation is to come up with your top 5, at least have 3 in your pocket all the time, just because different people might need to hear different things, right? Depending on who you're talking to, where they're coming from, whether they're a professional or a family member, what they might need to hear. But you need to have 3, and you need to know those answers. So if you haven't yet, I want to challenge you to sit down and come up with 5 competitive advantages. So let me talk about what that means. So of course, just remembering that you may be competing in a saturated market. So differentiating yourself can be challenging, but it is vital. So if you have a few people in your office already, if you've already got an administrative or sales team, utilize their knowledge as well to come up with these 5 competitive advantages, and know that they need to be the truth. If they are a goal and not yet the truth, then you may have some work to do before you can start going out and telling everybody that it is the truth, okay? Because you certainly don't want to be called out on something like that. But it could be anything from, our collective years of experience in the field taking care of seniors, or any sort of specialty program that you have, whether that's we have a nurse on board who can do specialized assessments for tougher cases, or we have specialties in dementia. We have certification programs for our, employees, so that when someone has a specific kind of diagnosis, maybe your specialty is going to be Parkinson's rather than dementia. Or you can say, we remain a small agency so that we can keep that personal touch. We want to make sure we have time to contact our clients on a very frequent basis to make sure that they're happy and do problem solving and help them. Maybe you're utilizing the latest technology, right? So that clients, family members who are far away can check in on the app and see what's going on with their loved ones, even when they don't have time, to call or to come visit. Maybe you could just say, we pride ourselves on ... What is that? Is it the length of stay that your clients stay with you? Is it a low staff turnover rate? Figure it out. Come up with 5. Use your top 3. And remember, if it's not yet true, just make it true so that you can go out there and use it for selling. Okay, here's the big one. This is the one I hear all the time. Who do I market to? What professionals? Who do I go see? Who do I go see? It's not just who you see, but it's what message you're going to be giving these people when you see them. I want you to understand that that's important. So it's not just who do you market to, but what do they need? Okay. The key is learning about their profession, about their job, and what holes they have that your agency can fill. So for instance, one of the things we hear all the time when you're going to talk to a hospital case manager is, well, we can help you reduce hospitalizations. Okay, so you need to be able to tell them how and why you can help with that. But understand that's not just important to hospital case managers, because hospital case managers also refer to rehab facilities, long-term care facilities, home health, hospice, even DME companies. So by trickle-down effect, the message that you're giving that you can help reduce hospitalizations to those hospital case managers are also the same messages that you can give to rehabs, long-term care, home health, and hospice. And of course, there's different ways to personalize that, and it comes down to learning and knowing exactly what their stressors are and how you can help make their lives easier. Because the number one thing in sales is you're not just selling a product, and you're not selling a widget, right? You're selling services, but those services need to be able to solve a problem for somebody. Okay, so figuring out their problem and trying to help them solve it is your number one key. I do have a lot of guidance around that. Reducing staff stressors and promoting safety is very important in any sort of long-term care. So if it's assisted living, even a long-term skilled nursing facility or a memory care facility, very important to reduce the staff stressors for these clients who are very high maintenance, and promoting safety and trying to reduce instances of falls or resident altercations or things like that. And then of course, there's just, I can be a resource for your client. If you can find people who serve the same people you do, that's the big part of what marketing is. You want to be a resource. So for aging life care professionals, we used to call geriatric care managers, but they're now aging life care professionals. You can be a great reference resource for their clients. And of course, anyone who helps seniors plan for retirement, like elder law attorneys, bank trust officers, financial planners, and even long-term care insurance brokers would be a good group of people to go see. So look, the bottom line is, of course, eventually you're going to get so big that you have to hire marketing professionals, and that's great. But the best way to have a good team to help you with your marketing is if you already know what you want, so that you can teach them what your message is. Again, everyone who works for you should be an extension of you and your mission and your purpose for your agency, okay? You have all the elements. Well, here's what you need. You need confidence. A lot of us don't have that. Many of us were not born a salesperson. We know people who came out of the womb selling, right? And if you're not one of those people, that's okay. These are skills that can be learned, all right? So I want you to have the confidence to know that, again, nobody's going to be better at this than you, and any skills you don't have yet just means yet. You can learn them. And then you need a plan, okay? So a plan on who to go see and on when to cut your losses and revamp your plan. All of those things, again, are skills that can be taught. So I do have a course called Marketing Your Non-Medical Home Care Agency, and you can find that at schlesierconsulting.com/courses if you're interested in more, or send me an email at candace@schlesierconsulting.com. Would love to help. Reach out to me. Thanks.